Live from Melbourne's beautiful Yarra.
Down by the river, learn how to swim.
This is Ben, Liam and Belle's PedalMo.
On Nova 100.
Yes, good morning, Melbourne. How's that? Is that Bliss and Esso down by the river?
That's Bliss and Esso down by the river, and that's where we are. First mate Ben, deckhand Belle, good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Thank you for addressing me for my preferred title. Yes, Captain Liam here speaking. We are just about to board the PedalMo. We're doing this for Movember. And how's the Serenity, guys? This is what it's all about. Doing our show live from the Yarra this morning, just out in nature, miles away from civilization.
No, there's literally like huge trucks going past on the Monash.
There's a giant billboard for Aware Super.
I think, can you hear us? It might be coming through.
I don't know if my eyes are weak or not, but that is very far away. I don't know how you guys are seeing that. That is super far away. But yeah, no, it's mainly just a lot of nature around us. How's the beautiful Serenity? We're just near the Powerhouse Rowing Club, Melbourne High School's rowing club. So if you're walking the dog or going for a bit of a jog around South Yarra, well, yeah, it's very early, but yeah, maybe come down and say good day.
Yesterday, by all counts, went pretty well. Day one, this is day two. Hopefully much the same, smooth sailing.
Well, we're over our halfway point. We've raised over $5,000 for Movember. If you'd like to donate, you can. There's a link on the Ben, Liam and Belle Instagram bio. Before we sail away, always good to do some routine checks. I trust you've done most of those first, mate. Deckhand, if
Captain, you'll notice that the boat was quite dirty, and I've mopped the seats down.
Wonderful. Also, have we checked for stowaways?
What's that? Like people in there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Very dangerous to set out on a voyage without checking for stowaways. That's a strike for you, Belle.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Good morning, Emma in Sandhurst. Where are you calling from? Like, don't say Sandhurst, but where are you calling from currently?
Sandhurst.
Oh, well, yeah.
What did you think? What was she supposed to say?
No, like your car or your house, or like, where are you?
Right.
My car.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was trying to get at the motor transport because we are in a pedalo. It's just fun. Like, it's both, your car is powered by, fuel,
Fossil fuel
and an engine, and ours is powered by Ben and Belle, because I haven't, I'm the captain and I won't be pedaling. Anyway, let's see if we can win you these Kid Leroy tickets. Schoolies goers on the Gold Coast have been well behaved so far as school leavers celebrate graduating. What do you call someone who goes to schoolie that isn't graduating school?
A toolie.
Yes.
Correct.
Fun fact, Ben was one.
Well, no, I was of the appropriate age. I just didn't make it to year 12.
Yeah, which is another kind of toolie.
Special kind.
You only get to go to school because you complete your exams.
That's not fair. I did 10 years of school. I deserve to let some steam off.
No.
Yes.
Oh, whatever. We're not getting into this again.
Hey, people are cutting snacks out because of the cost of living crisis. Can you name one Doritos flavour for us?
Original.
The most boring flavour.
Yeah.
The best flavour.
How bland, Emma. Suki Waterhouse, which is a fun name to say, and Robert Pattinson are expecting their first kid. What was R-Pat's first and last name in the Twilight films?
Edward Cullen.
It
Nice.
was...
Smashing it, Emma.
Fishermen are blasting heavy metal music to stop orcas ramming their boats. Maybe we should do that this morning. What type of whale is an orca also known as?
Killer whale?
It is a killer whale. Last question. Can we go 5 for 5? Happy birthday to Carly Rae Jepsen. 38 today. Can you finish these lyrics?
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number.
So call me baby.
Hey!
Did you say so? Sorry, it's a bit hard to hear. Did you say so call me baby or so call me maybe?
Maybe.
Oh!
You guys jumped and congratulated her. But no, I heard you, Emma. I heard the baby.
That's all right. It was close enough. Also, you get the Kid Leroy tickets.
Congrats.
But
Amazing. Thank you.
you also get to pick the next song we play.
So, do you want to hear I'm on a boat?
The clean Nova version.
We are doing nautical-themed songs because we are, of course, on the pedalo.
Yep. So would you like that or something a little bit like harder, hits harder? AWOL Nation, Sail.
Oh, definitely sailed.
Yes, sir! Oh,
awesome. Nah, that'll get us jacked. We'll be in the city before we know it. We'll be pedaling faster than ever.
It's a real slow burn, but when it gets to the bit,
Yeah.
we all know the bit.
The bit is when they go, sir!
Don't ruin it.
It's actually good with these mics so you can really hit it.
No. Stop.
This is how I show my love. I'm waiting in my mind because I'm blaming on my ADD, baby.
What if you could book your hotel now and choose to pay when you get there?
With thousands of flexible booking options in select stays, you're only a what if away from your next holiday.
Book on the What If app. What if it's Aussie for travel?
Slight concern. I'm obviously the captain of the vessel. We're doing this PedalMo for Movember. There is some unidentified cargo on the ship. Whose bag is this? What is this?
That's fine.
What's in that?
Put it back.
What is in that?
Why have you brought that on the vessel?
Because that's my bag of my things that I need.
Why you didn't have it yesterday? What's in it?
Yeah, I had it on the other boat yesterday, but I thought I'll put it on the boat today. It's got like my other jacket, spare t-shirt, my leggings in case I get cold, some spare socks, my sunglasses, my migraine drugs, a drink bottle.
What? It's bogging us down. Why do we
Not
need any of this stuff?
necessary.
We've got
I
a support
need
boat
that.
with all the tech gear on it. Chuck it on that.
Oh my god, it weighs nothing.
And also,
Bill, that's super selfish.
And also,
not.
could you please clear this with the captain? Because I'm going to have to inspect. Because how do I know?
Please don't.
How do I know there's not drugs? Like, how do I know you're not trying to
There are
smuggle?
drugs
She said
in
there was drugs in
Well,
the
are you
captain.
trying to like
110% codeine in there.
Yeah, codeine or a brick of cocaine that you're smuggling across the border.
I'm not
because that
smuggling
pirates do that,
anything.
and you've just that's why you got to be careful about the cargo.
Well, if I get a migraine, I need it on hand to then, deal
Alright,
with
no,
it.
we're going to get rid of that.
No, I don't.
Yeah, we're going to get rid of that. Hello, sir. Hello. There's a man there walking his dog, having a coffee. We're on the radio right now.
He
She
does
said,
not
"Oh,
care.
Yeah. He's a Triple M listener. Anyway, just making friends along the way.
Hey, can you see what I can see right now?
Is that
Rowers?
Is that land? Is that land ahead?
Is that what I think it is? That's an island. Why don't we go to the island? Is that Herring Islands?
Oh.
Has
that-
I think that's Herring. If anyone's ever been to Herring Island, 13/24/10, that's that weird island in the middle of the Yarra where there's no bridges or anything.
Yeah.
There's no walkways. You need a boat to get there.
Captain, permission to do an exploration mission.
Exploration mission. Let's do
Oh,
it.
hang on, is there a jetty?
Yeah, there'll be a dock over there somewhere.
They're live on the Yarra. Please don't drink the water. This is Ben, Liam and Belle's PedalMo.
On Nova 100.
Bowside Herring Island. It's an island with no bridges attached. As far as we believe, never been stepped on by
Well-
man before.
Okay.
I don't know about that. I did do a quick Google Map search, and it has got a communal picnic area. So I think it has been explored.
An ancient communal picnic area, you say? Wow. It must have been many thousands of years before anyone... No, honestly, I have seen this island before, and I've always wondered... I thought it was like a nature reserve thing. I honestly thought it was just animals and
Yeah, 'cause
people
there's no
couldn't...
bridge,
Because
like you said.
it's you can't walk there. You need a sea vessel
Yeah,
to get there.
it's just off the Monash. So, literally,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
could see through that dirty glass in the Monash, you'd be able to see
Literally, I can see
the
the
island.
South Yarra Bridge there,
Yeah.
where Chapel Street sort of is. Hey, Jesse from Williamstown, you've actually been to Herring Island before. You must be very, very old because people haven't been here for years. What's it like? What's the deal?
No, very young. My dad used to take me there as a kid. We used to get in a rowboat and go across the island, but he stopped taking me because of all the snakes on there.
All the snakes.
Yeah, Snake Island they call it.
They call it Snake Island.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I'm even more keen to go on there now. Wow.
No wonder they did a rebrand because no one was visiting.
I reckon there probably was bridges, and then, it was Snake Island.
There's
and
too
then
many
they're
snakes.
Like,
They
then
had to blow the bridges up.
Blow the bridges up.
Like in Batman.
Yeah. like in the third Batman, the third Nolan one. And then they rebranded to Herring Island. Well, look, I think we're all set. Let's power ahead, Ben and Belle. I think we explore Snake Island next.
All aboard. Ben, Liam and Belle's PedalMo.
On Nova 100.
We're not on the PedalMo for Movember at the moment. You may have seen this before. It's been rebranded to Herring Island. They have to blow up all the bridges to it because it used to be called Snake Island. We've heard there's a picnic park here. It's weird because it's like very close to the city, but also it feels like you're in the middle of like a nature reserve,
Kinda like
proper
Jurassic Park.
scrubland. Like, yeah,
Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
the freeway's right
yeah, I know, but like
Yeah.
the cars can't get here, Belle. So you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like unpolluted, and there is a sign. Maybe it's Aztec, and I don't know how. As we said,
Oh my
people haven't been
God.
here for many a year.
Yeah.
But literally, there's like there's a sign. It's got a snake warning sign on
It's
the
more
top
of
of it.
a hieroglyph.
Literally, and then below that, it's a giant tree falling on someone.
Uh-huh. And then
it's
someone
like-
falling into a pit of snakes.
Literally, so I don't know. This obviously seems pretty treacherous.
Which way you want to go, Captain? Left or right?
Gee, I was about to
Can
say
we look at the
starboard
map?
or port, but of course
There's
we're
a
on land
map.
now.
Trust the captain.
Let's. I think let's go right. Just be very careful of snakes. But jeez, it's just like
Whoa.
there's an emergency thing. Oh my god.
What
Oh my
is
god.
that?
There's a box.
What
There's
is
a,
that?
There's a box.
What is this? What have you done,
Oh my
Leo?
god.
There's a
What have you
box.
done?
Has it got our names on it?
It's just like an Australia Post box, but like obviously on Castaway, like the FedEx boxes, like
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it feels
yeah.
like that, eh?
Yeah.
So open it.
Well, yeah, open it for sure.
Do you even know how to open it?
Captain Liam's now opening the box. Whoa!
There's a volleyball in there.
Oh!
Wilson.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
All right, should we keep going?
That doesn't seem like a plant from a producer.
Wow.
We'll keep going.
Clearly, we're the first people on this island. Ooh.
No, this is actually pretty cool though. Like,
That's very cute.
so like, do people like families come here for like picnics and that sort
Well,
of
if
stuff?
you're rich enough to have a boat, yes.
Still no snakes yet.
Hang on, what's the plan? Are we just doing...
Belle, there's a snake! Oh my god, Belle! Oh my god, Belle! Oh my god!
Don't!
Snake Island, you don't know what's going to happen.
Don't!
Yes, we did throw a rubber snake at
Ben
Belle.
had a snake. We may have known that Snake Island was coming up at some point in the journey. And now both of Ben and myself's gimmicks are done. We should probably just get back on the boat and try and raise some
We
money.
came here for...
I think we're done
for you
here.
to have a
I think we're
volleyball
done.
in a box.
I liked your Wilson bit.
Yeah, I loved your snake bit.
Thanks,
I think
Captain.
the snake bit probably got one for me.
What a waste of
Do we actually
Belle,
want to
what's your
explore around a bit?
My bit is we go back and we
Okay.
get on the
I
boat.
wouldn't mind seeing the picnic area.
Honestly,
but-
I want to go see the picnic area.
Yeah.
But like,
Well, why don't we'll just jump into
we'll
a
jump
break.
into a song.
Yeah.
When you come back, we might be in a picnic area on an island, or we might be in a PedalMo on the Yarra.
That's all the fun of a journey, you know? You don't know where
Well,
we're
you
going to
don't
be
know.
next.
You
You
don't
don't
know.
know.
That's it.
You don't
That's
know.
it.
Attention landlubbers. Here come Ben, Liam and Belle on the PedalMo.
Nova 100.
Shout out to Paul, who just donated via the link on the Ben Lehman Bell Instagram
Oh, good on
bio.
you, Paul. How much?
$4, but I like this. He said, I was going to buy a scratchy, but here you go. Paul Mateus, thank you, mate.
That is a great
I like that, like the
decision.
idea of him being in the news agency. He's just about to buy one and goes, actually, this could go to a good cause.
Maybe an unpopular opinion, but I almost would have
no.
preferred Paul buy the scratchy, won 10 grand, and then donated 5.
Please
Maybe-
remember that
maybe-
the chances of winning are very low.
Yeah.
But there is a chance.
Yeah.
No. Gamble
Paul.
responsibly.
Nah, thanks, Paul. We appreciate it,
I
mate.
think you made the right call there. Hey, look,
We'll never know.
All aboard. Anchors away. Live from Melbourne's beautiful Yarra. Don't worry, they've had their shots. This is Ben, Liam and Belle's PedalMo.
On Nova.
Well, good morning, Melbourne. Thanks for joining us.
how cool's this? We're here for November.
Sorry, I'm so
Hey, hello, good morning. We're like Nova. We're certainly getting more eyes on us now. I mean, the Domain Tunnel is to the right. We've got the Church Street Bridge ahead of us. Before this woman came past on a boat, she said, "Are you YouTubing?"
Are you doing YouTube?
And we said, "No, we're on the radio." And she went, "Oh." And I believe we're joined now by Eliza in Armidale. Do you have eyes on us, Eliza?
I do. I was going for a run and I was listening to you and I can see you. I'm on the bridge.
Is that you? Is that you in the jumper? On the the red jumper. Oh, hello!
Hello there.
Oh my God, that's a good spotting. You're like pretty far away still. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but we're quite slow moving here, and that's not a dig because I know Ben and Belle are doing most of the pedaling.
Yes,
No,
we
you're
are.
doing so good. So good. It's such an important cause.
Oh, excellent,
Thanks,
Eliza.
mate.
Thank you so much. That's actually so cool. I love doing. I wish we could see all the callers calling us.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Anchors away. PedalMo.
On Nova 100.
Anyone who's watching on the socials will notice that Liam hasn't done any pedaling yet.
No, just
Yeah.
sitting in the middle of
And
your
it-
captain's chair.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, it's convenient that I'm in the captain's chair, but yeah, no, it's not ideal. I'm getting married in 2 weeks, and I've properly done my back
And when-
at the gym last week.
And when you say you've done your back, people think like, oh, you've just tweaked it, but you've properly done it.
Yeah, no, a couple of prolapse discs, unfortunately. They were talking about back surgery yesterday. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, there's
Like actual surgery on your back.
yeah, they're like, oh yeah, you're going to need it because what's happened is it's gone into like my it's gone like right into my sciatic nerve, so my right leg is all numb, and I'm just getting like I've got mad nerve pain down my leg.
And was they saying like cortisone injections and stuff?
Yeah, some cortisone injections this week, which I also just like. I feel like I want to try some
Other options.
Just a bit of physio first, mate, maybe
yeah.
before you like stick stuff in my
I
back.
don't know. It sounds like it's way past that. So, did you get an MRI?
Well, under the knife you
well,
go.
no, it does.
Dr.
And
Belle,
it's about prevention as well for the future.
All right, well, chop
You
me
don't
up,
want
Belle.
to
I mean,
just-
yeah, if you
He's saying he wants to prevent it in other ways
I just-
apart from going under the
I
knife.
just feel like I'm 27. I don't necessarily
Yeah.
want to have a back
Yes,
operation.
but think about
Yeah.
when you're 47, what's going to happen?
Well,
Like, it's
ideally,
all-
I can strengthen it. And
Yeah.
anyway, that's my.
Did you get an MRI?
That's my
before you
rationale.
Go for a
That's my
scan?
rationale.
Yeah, he got
I
an
did. No,
MRI,
that's
yeah.
how I know that it's like cooked because I
Right.
looked at the back and it's like it's got all this. You know, they've got where your discs are. There's all like white stuff, and then like the ones down the bottom for mine are just like all black, and it's like all the black is like gone into
Right.
like the yeah. Anyway, nasty.
Hence why you're in the captain's chair.
Hence why I'm in the captain's chair. But thank you guys for, I know it is convenient for sure, but I can also say with the back at the moment, it's not too comfy sitting on it either. But yeah, I did. How's this on the weekend? So I don't know if you've had an MRI before, but like you see it in the movie sometimes. You like go in that big machine, and it goes and like it's like very loud, and some people get a bit claustrophobic in it because it's like close to your face and whatnot. And so I'd never had one before, but they give you like big earmuffs because the sound is really loud, and it's pretty cool because they've got the technology where they like say, do you want to like listen to podcasts or like music? Or would you like to listen to some radio to keep calm?
Yeah.
And because you got to be in there for like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a company man, so I was like, could you put Nova on for me? And she was like, yeah, for sure. So like, and I sort of like, I'm obviously on Nova in the mornings with you, Ben and Belle.
Yeah.
So I sort of like technically, I don't press all the buttons, but I know how the logs run out and
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
at time. So like, I just started this 8-minute thing, and like. Just as she put the headphones on, the machine was like, my MRI machine was starting to whiz in front of my face. It went like, Nova, and then kicked into ads. So I was listening to like 8 minutes of like Harvey Norman ads, just like, this is, ooh, baby, this is really soothing. I feel so calm right now. And I want to update my internet bundle for some reason.
In the immortal words of Enya, sail away. This is Ben, Liam and Belle's PedalMo.
On Nova 100.
We've just bumped into Rock and the Prostate crew. Hey, mate. There's a guy on a bike coming past. You might think, is that some sort of band I've not heard of? No, Rock is a rower. Good morning. How you doing, Rock?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Doing well. I am a 22-year member of the Prostate who have been rowing together, well, for a bit over 22 years now.
It's certainly the title of the boat certainly catches the eye. So it's Prost 8. What's it all about?
Sure. Well, look, I'll pass the mic in a moment to the big engine behind me because he was a spokesperson for the prostate cancer movement some years ago. So we've been out rowing 2 mornings a week, essentially aiming to postpone our trip to the retirement village and trying to stay off the commodes. So that's really why we do it. And the guy behind me describes us as the floating men's shed.
What is the age range that we've got on this boat?
Well, we've got a father and son combination here this
Love that.
morning.
There's a young rooster at the back there.
Yes,
And
that's
your
your-
dad. Your dad.
Yeah,
Okay.
Good stock. Good stock.
So a couple of the regular guys couldn't row this morning, so we've got a couple of replacements. Joey Boy up in the bow seat and Matt in the fore seat there,
Yep.
helping us out this morning. Generally, the average age is 72 for this.
Wow.
For
I mean,
our
you guys
crew.
do not look 72.
No.
but
Really don't.
Thanks, we love that. Keep it coming, will you?
Obviously, because you're rowing twice a morning. I like how it's written as well. The vessel, as you said, it's Prostate, but it's just Prost and then 8 in Roman numerals. It's a bit of a thinker. It's a thinker, that's for sure.
It probably took us a few years to work it out,
Yeah.
but given that it's an 8, so 8 rows in the boat, and right next to you is Joshy Dewan, the person.
Yeah.
He's only 28 years old, so he's still a novice, but he sort of steers us and coaches us and growls at us a bit.
I see.
Right.
Much like me, the captain of this festival. Yeah. We could probably share a tip or two. I got to say, this is excellent, what you guys are doing. Is there any tie with prostate cancer? Obviously, Movember.
You mentioned
that's
the engine
something
room
that
behind you.
they look after.
Okay, so it's time I pass this over to Sir Clifford behind me, and he can make some comments as to why we're the prostate.
All right, we're doing a live mic swap.
Oh, look, originally, let me get this on.
Yeah, he's got the headphones on.
Get the cans on. There you go.
Yeah.
No, when we got started, Tony Costello, the very famous prostate surgeon, was involved, and his daughter was actually coaching the team for a year or so. And the name just evolved out of that. We've had some great people go through the boat and disappear, like Andrew Rule, the great crime writer, was one of our regulars. That's about it, actually.
And yourselves.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, it's amazing what you guys are doing. And thank you for letting us bump into you this morning. So it's normally this time, like you guys, are you out at like 5 a.m. or is this kind of the usual?
No, we were 7 o'clock. We've moved it to 6:45 on the water.
You reckon you could tell us for a bit, or? Well, Rog, the gang, the prostate crew. No, it was so great meeting you guys this morning, and all the best for another 22 years of rowing out here in the Yarra.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
PedalMo fact number 12. The world record for the distance travelled on a pedal boat in 24 hours is 241 kilometres. Ben, Liam and Belle are closing in on the PedalMo.
On Nova 100.
Liam and Belle, did you see that they have released the most successful Australian Idol artists according to streams? That's a pretty good indicator.
Well, I mean, it's who
the real winners.
Yeah, of who Australians are vibing 20 years on.
I mean, it just feels like it's like Knowlesy and Gus Sebastian, right?
Well,
Ricky Lee.
You'd be half right. So I've got the top 10, but I'll run you through the top 5, okay? So not making the top 5. Coming in at number 8 is Ricky Lee.
Daylight Robbery.
So she missed out on top 5.
Yep. When you think Ricky Lee,
Yes,
you
but-
think top 5, don't you?
Yeah, you said it was because of streams, but like she's got a great job as well.
Yeah.
Like I would say she's still in the spotlight.
Well, also missing out in top 5, coming in at number 6, Knowlesy.
I mean, come on.
Somehow remained current for the entire time as well, so you would think he'd be in there.
The stream's just not. I mean,
Does Uber Eats ads?
Who's pipped him at the post? Is it Damien Leith, perhaps?
Well, coming in at number 5, Lisa Mitchell. Who can I say is an absolute vibe. I love Lisa Mitchell.
Like,
awesome driving music.
What I would say is, like, you forget, there's some artists that are, like, on Australian Idol that you forget. Like, you forget that Lisa Mitchell was on Australian Idol.
Yep.
But that you just listen to Lisa Mitchell, I think.
Coming in at number 4, Stan Walker.
Box, yeah, somewhere in the ocean. No, back that.
That's Liam's streams getting
Back that.
That was a surprise for me.
Box,
That is a surprise.
Yeah.
the ocean.
All right, let's get to the top 3. Coming in at number 3, getting the bronze, Jess Mowboy.
Oh yeah.
And rightly so.
Actually, I thought she'd be 1.
Yeah,
No,
there's an argument to be made.
Guy.
Well, coming in at number 2, Guy Sebastian.
Tell me it's over, so we can do it all again.
So that only leaves Cosima DeVito.
Well, it's one of those ones. It's similar to Lisa Mitchell, where
Paulini.
you forget that they were on the show.
Millsy Mills.
No, it is Matt Corby.
You count in the corner, come fight in your father.
Very well deserved.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, he's just like, he's on another level, Matt
A
Corby.
few months ago, I got in a YouTube wormhole of Americans reacting to his music for the first time.
Yeah.
His voice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or is it just his eyes? Like, what were they reacting to?
both.
Or his hair, or his whole body.
Yeah, the whole package.
Yeah,
the
he's,
whole package.
I think a really good number 1.
Ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep them getting to you. Ben, Liam and Belle's PedalMo.
On Nova 100.
Captain Liam has promised us it's lunchtime.
Breakfast, mate.
Breakfast.
You're obviously famished. You're famished. You forgot what time of the day it is. We do the breakfast show, remember that? It's just always a bit of a clue.
Right.
And it's like, not even 8 a.m. yet, but whatever. We just need our support boat because obviously we do have to have like our tech radio stuff and the cameras and whatnot. So there's a cloche there if you could pass that over.
So whose is this?
This is my
okay.
my meal.
Right.
Ben there, and then there should be two
That
more
is so
coming.
unnecessary. Why is there a
for
cloche?
you and Belle? So I did say.
So Belle and I have got the same thing.
Yeah, I did say I would arrange some breakfast for you guys because, you've been doing a great job peddling.
Belle just peaked. Belle peaked. Belle peaked. I saw she peaked.
Never peaked.
There's a hole on top of the
hole on the
cloche.
top.
No,
I'm
she
hungry.
peaked. I saw the hole and I didn't peak.
Don't peak. But here's the thing. I don't know if you know how nautical things work in quarter decks usually, or you may have heard pilots do this sort of thing. If there's two meals on the flight, both the pilots can never eat the same thing because if one of them gets sick, then they can't perform their duties. But and then the other one can. But if they're both eating the same meal and they're both in trouble, so it's not good for the flight.
With that logic, maybe Belle and I should be eating the same things with the ones doing all the pedaling.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll be eating this one. I just
doing anything.
Well,
Liam.
let's look what the captain's having for breakfast this morning. Goodness gracious. It's a full continental breakfast with all the trimmings.
That's amazing.
Don't touch the captain's toast.
You got field mushrooms, you got bacon, you got 2 fried eggs, tomato.
It's a full English.
You got sourdough bread. What are those in the middle there?
These little chivachis. Yes. And let's see what Ben and Belle have for breakfast.
I hope it's something of the same caliber.
What the hell?
It's a single almond.
A single almond.
Single almond.
Single almond.
I honestly thought it was going to be empty. This is ridiculous.
Full of magnesium.
A single almond for the crew.
What the hell?
Belle, you going to eat your almond?
Yes, I'm going to eat my almond.
Captain shall eat his sausage as you pedal on. No, Belle. No, touch the captain's toast. Okay, well, you could definitely be going overboard for that. I'll give you let's hey, everyone. Okay, guys. Let's stop being silly, okay? Because if we all get sick off the same meal...
Give me a mushroom.
No, you're not touching my mushrooms. Eat your almond. Be happy with what you got, okay? And if you don't complain, maybe we get something better tomorrow.
Captain, I finished my almond.
Okay, well, I'll give you a little bit of bacon.
Live from Melbourne's beautiful Yarra. Don't worry, they've had their shots. This is Ben, Liam and Belle's PedalMo.
On Nova 100.
Now, we've spoken to a jogger this morning. We've spoken to some rowers. And to complete the set, we have a cyclist who is coming by this morning. Griff in Mount Waverley joins us now. How you doing there, Griff?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Is this your first time you've been on the radio while speaking to hosts in a pedalo?
Definitely.
Yeah. So what are you on your way to work or what's going on?
Yeah, I'm commuting to work.
Yeah, right. So do you always ride in?
Well, when I go in,
Right.
What do you do, Griff?
I work at the Bureau of Meteorology and I support the scientists in predicting the seasonal forecast, which is ENSO, which is the El Nino that's coming up now.
Oh my God. So when we open the Bomb weather app, you are a small part of that whole process when we look at the weather. Oh my God.
At the bottom, it's called climate.
Oh, that's so
but
cool.
It's a long-term seasonal prediction.
Yeah, so Griff, Christmas Day, I read a few days ago that it's going to be between 12 and 24 degrees.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, that's not your domain.
Griff, this is a little bit closer. I'm getting married on the 9th of December. Going to be a good day?
I hope so.
Like any real weatherman. Cool. That's
Griff, mate.
You have a 50% chance.
We need the weather predicted. We'll let you get on to the bomb. That's the Bureau of Meteorology.
Yes.
You just tuned in. You're like, why are they speaking to guys making bombs? It's a different thing. But Griff, thank you for stopping by for a chat. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Cheers.
Shiver me timbers. This is Ben, Liam and Belle's PedalMo.
On Nova 100.
We mentioned raise money and important conversations, and we've had a lot of chat about raising money so far, and maybe not so many of those conversations so far, and that they are difficult to have. But I figured this morning I might share my story a little bit because that's what we're trying to do here: get rid of stigma and be open and honest about mental health. And recently I've been having a really great trot, really a good time with life, and I can say I'm in a really good spot at the moment. But that wasn't always the way. And for some people who are familiar with the with the show, might have heard this story before, but it was from when I was 20 years old, and Ben and I had got a job over in Sydney, and we'd moved over to a station called Triple J, and that was like a big experience for us, like a couple of young guys from Adelaide sort of getting that first big gig, and it sort of ended up being a pretty tricky year for us. Being a new show in radio, you sort of, you're open to a lot of feedback. Some of it can be brutal, and unfortunately that was the way it was going at the time. So there was, a hell of a lot of like sort of vitriolic slurs and comments and things thrown at us on text lines and online. And it was a time when social media was extra sort of nasty, and I had people saying all sorts of things to me, like I should take my own life and that sort of stuff. And it sounds crazy, but when you see that sort of stuff enough and you're in a bad headspace, you sort of start to believe those sort of things. And I sort of became really depressed over sort of 9 months. This is back in 2017, and I sort of had an altercation once on a night out where some people were sort of giving some of those comments to my face, and like they really cut me deep. And then I started getting really anxious and sort of even didn't really like leaving the house too much. And I sort of like, I suppose I sort of spiraled a little bit, and I probably led on a little bit to the likes of Ben, but for the most part, my friends and family back at home, I didn't really talk about how I was feeling, because I suppose it sounds bad saying it, because it's sort of what we're saying. It's like it's not, and it isn't. But I was sort of embarrassed and like ashamed of how I was feeling, and like didn't really want to open up, because I was like, oh no, like just pretending everything's okay, because I didn't want my friends to think like I was doing a bad job at my work, or like that I wasn't handling things. So I was like certainly trying to keep it in, and that was not a good thing for me. It sort of all built to a head. Sort of 9 months after I was going through all this and feeling this way, and one day it got to that point where I wasn't sleeping, and it was really, really starting to impact my life, and I ended up speaking out about it. And I know this is not the same for everyone. No, it's just by nature of my job. It's like I work in radio, so that's a platform I had to speak out about, and I spoke to Ben about it and had an open and honest conversation with it. And like honestly, it was like the floodgates opening. It was such a weight lifted off my shoulders, and it was met with such an like outpouring of love from people listening in, and also like all those loved ones around me. And I'm not saying it's like one of those things that you talk about and then all your issues go away, but I can honestly say, like, since opening up and speaking about these sort of things, like it's honestly turned my life around in such a positive direction. And the power of just being able to speak about how you feel, oh man, it's like nothing else. And I remember around that time as well, I went to a Movember speakeasy event that they were running in Sydney, and it was honestly like the most terrifying thing I'd ever done. Literally rocked up by myself, and it was like, I didn't even really know what it was, but it was like Movember had put this thing on where it was like, I didn't really know, but it was like I knew they like did good work and stuff and mental health, and it was like literally like, I don't know, 50 guys just like pouring their guts out. Like you had to get up on stage and talk about your your life and the things that were worrying you, which sounds like a nightmare. Do you know what I mean? It sounds like, what the hell? But honestly, like, oh man, I'd never felt more like safe in a space and like connected with him. There's these big burly guys from like Penrith out in Sydney, like just bawling their eyes out. There's actually a guy that we worked with who had prostate cancer, and I didn't even know. And like he was dealing with it the whole time. I did not even know. And I just like, I thought that was such an incredible thing that Movember did, and I know they run those sorts of events and do incredible work in the space of men's health, and that's really what this week's all about. So if you're listening in and you've been in similar situations, or you know people around you have been affected, then hey, if you can donate $5 or $10, that's what we're trying to do this week. Have these conversations and raise money for men's health, which you can do so. There's a link on the Ben, Liam and Belle Instagram bio. We've got a goal of 10,000. We've just sort of creeped over the the 5K mark, but geez, we'd really love to hit that target.
Oh, absolutely. Even if you wanted to have a conversation with us, I know it's obviously on the radio, it's very daunting. I mean, Liam just did it then, but if there's something you want to get off your chest, or if you want to chat with someone about it, people often say listening to the radio, it does feel like we're your mates, and because we are, it's just a bit more of a one-way conversation sometimes. But
we're even those mates, those guys riding their bikes really loudly on that ramp next to us. That's what that is.
But no, so as Liam said, this week is all about having important conversations. So if you're listening to the radio, if that's touched you, if you want to share some stories this morning, we would love for you to come on 13 24 10. And like Di in Templestowe joins us now. Good morning, Di. You're also going through a tough time, and you heard Liam talking on the radio about it.
Hi, yeah. I just was driving along, turned the radio on, and I thought, how refreshing, because it needs to be talked about more. This stigma's got to go. And, I'm going through a hard time too. And I don't know about you, but during your hard time, but also it's exhausting talking about it because of people's, views. And you're like, I don't want to sort of start talking about it. But, I did recently to a friend, and it really is, it just is such a relief. It's definitely not, everything's over like you said, but it certainly does open up the doors, and people can give you some really good advice once you start opening up, and yeah, things are starting to look up, and I really, really appreciate you on a public, platform opening up. It's just so important.
No, thank you, Di, and I get where you come from as well. Like sometimes you think like, what problems do I, you can be feeling a certain way, and you're like, well, there's people worse off in the world, and what problems do I really have? But, I think the people around you that love you, your friends and stuff, no one thinks that. You know what I mean? They're just like, the right people in your life are always here for you, and everyone's got people like that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Di, for your call. Marco in Craigieburn. Marco, how are you feeling today?
Yeah, good morning, guys. I actually feel choked up here, Liam. I'm going through this kind of stage at the moment, and I actually take my hat off through media as well. That's an issue because things get spread around, and you just don't know where to look or which way to look, so to speak. And yeah, so good on you, buddy. And I'm a transport driver myself, and I'm going through it day in, day out, and just keeping your head up and keeping strong at it, I suppose.
Marco, man, appreciate the call, and I hope you've got people around you that you're talking to as well, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, I try to, you mentioned about bottling it up, but I'm keeping it more inside to not to, anyone, just a stranger, just to open up to anyone. I'm sort of like I'm more enclosed, but I will open up in regards to family, closer family and friends. But I'm very protective about just opening up in general, pretty much.
Well, I get you, Marco. But look, I'm glad you've got loved ones around you, man, that are happy to support you and hear you out.
And just remember, very importantly, if you have reached out to people around you and you do need more, there is always Lifeline 13 11 14. There's Lifeline 13 11 14, especially when we're talking about things like this. Now, I also want to preface this next call with that because Marlene in Pakenham, good morning, you've given us a buzz as well. Now, would you like to share your story?
I would. A few years ago, I lost my dear cousin, who was more like a brother to me, to suicide, and he was in the Navy. And not long after that, he came down for my son's wedding, and my son, his marriage split up, and he was heading for a tree. And I'm not sure if it was what happened to my cousin that stopped him, but he ended up going to a servo. And these ladies there knew that he wasn't right, and they asked him if he was okay, and he broke down. One of them was a counsellor. Now, years ago, before Are You OK in Movember, probably nobody wouldn't even have cared. So I just think it's just so important to speak up, and I'm just so proud of Liam for speaking up and making it, putting it out there that, not everyone wants to speak up, but if you see someone's not right, say something. It's not always easy to speak about depression.
That's true. Sometimes it does take yourself to notice it in somebody else that isn't willing to take that step and speak up. Well, Marlene, thank you for the call and sharing your story. Again, Lifeline 13 11 14 if this has raised anything for you. Thank you to everybody that's given us a buzz this morning. And again, Liam, thank you so much for opening up this morning. Really appreciate it.
No. Look, honestly, it's something that I'm like proud of being comfortable enough to talk about these sort of things. And I know it's like not everyone has that. But yeah, I think that's kind of like our whole point. Like everyone should feel like they're able to talk about what they're feeling inside. And if more people did that, then we wouldn't have this crisis on our hands.
And all this week, it's about having these conversations. So if listening this morning, you were thinking about calling, or maybe you weren't even thinking about calling, but now you are. If you want to call 13 24 10 during the show, the phone lines are always open. Even if we don't get you on air straight away, we're definitely going to endeavour to get to every single person's story this week.
Also donate as well. On the Ben, Liam and Belle Instagram bio, there's a link there. We're trying to raise $10,000 for Movember.
PedalMo fact number 89. The word pedal comes from the Latin word for foot. The more you know, the more you PedalMo.
On Nova 100.
Even though we're on the pedalo, did we all bring our keys?
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's all turn them and open up the forbidden folder.
13 24 10, the forbidden folder today. Have you flashed? Specifically girls, or anybody with a pair of...
anyone.
So you wouldn't take a call from a man?
It's a bit different.
It's
a bit more call the police, isn't it?
Gender equality, guys.
Shush.
There's like, Well, I think it's like, context. Like at a concert, No, it's a weird, over the years, some people have flashed, like ladies have flashed.
Yep.
If a man was to flash, I think security would escort them.
So 13 24 10, have you flashed? The reason being, so Robbie Williams is in the country at the moment.
You know what? He's actually going to be playing dead ahead. That's Amy Park.
Mm-hmm.
We can see Amy Park and the Nilix Plastics clock right in front of us because we are getting closer and closer to the city in our PedalMo.
Yeah, but he's touring the country at the moment. So his most recent show, huge shout out to, there were these two sisters that rocked up and had one mission, and that was to flash Robbie Williams, and he absolutely loved it.
Give my own round of applause for the two lovely ladies that got their breasts out.
So, he loved 10. If you have before, who did you do it to? How did they take it? It's not a bad thing. Like,
are we going to do tickets to go see Robbie if someone calls up to share their story?
Only if they promise to flash him again in Melbourne, because we can't let the Gold Coast show us up,
That was Robbie Williams.
Let me entertain you. Opening up live at Nebworth. You guys seen the DVD? My mum had it. We played it so much that it stopped working. And
sometimes she'd watch it in the bedroom.
Okay, Ben.
That's a gross joke to make about my mum.
Very unnecessary.
Captain does
noisy, and she wanted to get some alone time. That's all.
Yeah, well, I'm actually taking my mum for her birthday to Robbie Williams this Thursday. So, Mum, I think Mum's actually going to come down. We're planning on doing a final shot at the front of the casino. I think Mum's coming down.
Is she?
So you can explain yourself then.
That's so sweet.
No, but we've opened up the forbidden folder this morning. And we're asking the question, have you ever flashed? Because Robbie was pretty lucky at his show last night. There's a couple of ladies that went for the sole purpose to flash.
We have got 2 tickets to go see Robbie for our favourite flashing story, 13 24 10. Give us a buzz if you go on. Before we go to the phones, though, Belle, supposedly you flashed.
Yeah, my best friend and I, we were at a music festival a few years ago, and none other than this great man was playing, Post Malone. So, you're seeing Posty, and there was like a whole line of girls in front of us that started doing it and flashing, and so we were like, well, we may as well, and it began a huge wave through.
Was it while he was on stage?
Yeah. So Posty's playing, and of course he clocked it. He came over, and it was just honestly, most women in the crowd started doing it. So
where was this show?
Where?
Where was the show?
At a music festival.
Oh my god!
Ben wants to know which music festival. He's trying to book his tickets online now.
A wave of boobs.
Yeah, I've heard of Mexican waves. I've not heard of that one. That sounds cool.
Lauren joins us now in Point Cook. Good morning. When did you flash?
So I used to be in the state team, and when we used to travel in the bus from the accommodation to the venues, we used to flash the other team.
Or to psych them out before you'd play.
Yeah, but they kind of participated too. So we just have a line of boobs along the side of the bus as they went past. And then quite often that would be responded with quite a few full moons coming back to it.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I think I've just decided this is my favourite phone topic ever.
Don't
Sorry,
be weird about
when,
it,
When you said
please.
state team, what was the state team?
Life-saving.
Fair enough. No, at least you guys have fun. I suppose it's a serious job at other times, saving people's lives and whatnot.
Yeah.
Naomi and Bacchus Marsh, good morning. You have flashed.
Yes, I have. I was at a Johnny Diesel concert about 20 years ago on the Gold Coast.
Diesel.
Front row.
And how did Diesel take that?
Oh, he was very embarrassed, I think. But he had a big smile on his face and kept singing and blew us a kiss. So it was pretty good.
Boobs in the front row.
Thanks, Naomi. Catherine, good morning. You have flashed.
Yes, good morning, guys. I did the same as you, Belle. Many moons ago, I went out on my sister-in-law's hens night out in Northbury and had a little bit too much to drink. Went out for the first time ever. Did not wear a bra underneath my very nice short shirt. Some mounted police on top of their beautiful brown horses going into one of the pubs, and I went, I'm just going to do it. But
You flashed the police?
Why would you do that?
Flashed the cops and the horses.
What do they do? Is it? I mean, is it
that's
illegal?
like indecent exposure, or
Yeah, I think it is illegal, but I don't remember too much apart from doing that and then walking into the club, and that was it. So I'm guessing they got a nice rifle and didn't care.
Wow.
I gotta say, I didn't think we'd beat flashing Diesel, but Catherine, you flashed policemen on their horse. I suppose you're going to Robbie Williams.
No way.
Yes way.
Just keep the girls in for the night, all right? We don't want you getting kicked out of Amy Park.
Keep it in. No, Catherine, let loose. Wear that top again.
My God, yes.
You know what? You're right, Belle. Let it loose. We're near the Cremorne Railway Bridge if you're on your way to work.
I'll bring out the girls.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.